Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Magdalena and today I'm here with everything I made in 2023 video. I started watching these kinds of videos way before I started creating my own clothes, and I felt so inspired, so happy for those people, and yeah, now I am the one who can make this video, and that makes, I know, my heart full. And in this file I have everything I made for myself, items I sewn, items I knitted, and this file is my gift knitting pile. I filming this video before Christmas break, so I can still share things I'm gonna to gift. And yeah, I guess that's the plan. Let's get started. The first finished object of this year is this top. This is a Fay top by Garden's Design. It is Scandinavian brand, and I bought it as a kit. And it was just in Scandinavian languages, so I got it translated from Norwegian, but it was quite simple. It wasn't complicated at all, and by seeing in the pictures how it looks like, it was really easy to figure it out for myself how to knit it. The yarn is Woolevo Baby Merino wool in color Cinamon 160 and this is the yarn is made in China, and it is 75% merino wool, I think, and 25% polyester. And I don't like this yarn. I felt like it started bubbly, getting way too quickly. I feel like they just, for me, it feels like I can feel that it is not a good quality yarn, and I decided to stay away for it. But by the price, it was really good. What I was, when I was buying, and that was one of them. First yarn purchases or kit purchases, so I was still seeing, and going maybe more full wool or full plant-based and no acrylic polyester way. But I know that some people are allergic to the wool and or cannot afford it. So as I said, this is just my impression of this yarn, that I don't want to work with it anymore. But if someone else wants it, just I wear it. The problem with the pattern, the only one I have, was that it is not long sleeved, and I was quite over the year when I was wearing this. I was thinking that long sleeves would be more practical where I live. I remember today that this bind off was written off, you knitted it bottom up, raglan shaping. The thing I didn't like in the pattern also was that it said cast off stitches and then sew under the armpit area, that hole which appears. And for the next sweater bottom up, I learned that grafting you can do, or Kitchener stitch, I think it's the same thing, and it looks really seamless and nicest and just chef's kiss. So I think that if I'm thinking of knitting this or similar top, again from different yarn, and if I will do Kitchener stitch, I will do long sleeves, and I quite enjoy wearing this after all, and I just felt like it feels worn a bit too quickly, but it is the yarn's problem, not patterns. And then moving on to the next object is these shorts. They're linen shorts. I modified Parent magazine free/donate as much as you can pattern in collaboration with In the Folds, and the design is called wide leg pants. So I just made like short leg, really short, so just the shorts. And I made pants from the same fabric last year, and I also have enough fabric to make some shorts, and I really enjoy wearing those pants. They are so easy breezy. I think it is 100% linen fabric. I remember in the hottest day it was around 36 degrees Celsius. I was visiting a friend in Lithuania, and I was walking those pants, and it felt like it was cooling, had even cooling effect, that I was not as sweaty or whatever. And I also have a problem with the chub rub, my legs touching each other, and with these shorts I feel like sometimes they roll up and they don't help with that, so pants were way more practical than these pants. But I really enjoyed the button I found in one of the sewing shops. So I thought that this is really charming and nice looking, and my zipper installation maybe wasn't perfect, but they're useful. Maybe not the style I'm going to, but totally the thing I'm gonna to wear. They became, I think they stretched out, so after a few times wearing, I just sew insides. So if I change weight a bit, I have a wiggle room to remove that and, I don't know, refit myself again, as I already did once. I really love the big pocket. It's really big, it's really nice, and yeah, that's the best thing about clothes that I'm sewing myself, because I can add as big pockets as I want, or add pockets even if the design doesn't have it. But yeah, this design had it. Pockets. So yeah, these are my shorts. And let's make a pile. The next thing I finished was this Afmeli 20-year anniversary sweater by Vedis Jostotir. It is, I don't know, this sweater is the most Icelandic sweater as it gets. I bought this yarn when I was visiting Iceland. It is Léttlopi yarn. Yeah, I bought it in 3 colors. I bought it, the main color is straw, I think the middle color is barley, and the dark brown is chocolate color. And yeah, then after buying this yarn, I had to still select, you know, what I'm knitting with it, and I knew that I wanted to know something Icelandic design, so it was as Icelandic as it gets. I bought Icelandic yarn by Icelandic design, Icelandic sweater. I really love it. It was my outfit, I know, last few weeks. I was wearing it almost every single day because it was quite cold, around -10 degrees for multiple weeks. And this was, you know, black pants, and the sweater was my outfit to go. You know, the warmest thing I own, the warmest thing I have. It is knitted bottom up. I feel like, yeah, bottom up, and I learned in this sweater, you know, to do this nice Kitchener's grafting technique stitch, and I think it looks amazing. Highly recommend it. Yeah, just wonderful sweater. I really love to wear. The next thing I done was the circle skirt. This is a circle skirt. It's quite simple. I bought this fabric from IKEA. I thought that it is quite nice, quite interesting, quite playful. For this actually combination, I'm unsure if it will be the most worn. I feel like I bought the fabric because it was cheap more, and, you know, practice my sewing skills. And nowadays I started thinking if it is actually what I like to wear or not, but I think I totally will wear it, this skirt, enough, because it has nice pockets, it's easy breezy in the summertime to move around, it's fun. It's maybe not the outfit I will dress to go maybe to the town or to the style, but it's something that is fun to wear, and I know to try new techniques. My problem with sewing is that I was expecting the skirt to take me one evening. I had to redo it maybe 3 times, while I think the first time, did I sew something incorrectly, the wrong sides, and then the second time the zipper was too short, and the third time I needed to insert zipper next to where the pocket is, and I managed everything to do correctly. Oh, the first time was that I was trying to add elastic band instead of the zipper, but it was really falling down and not holding, because this fabric is really sturdy, really nice, but this circle skirt still flies. I thought, oh, it's so heavy fabric, I will not have problems in the wind. But actually I have some problems in the wind, and later on I sewn a corset top. This was my improvisation, no pattern. Again, I really like just to go out and try and do sometimes dumb things, and in this case was create my own corset pattern. At first I created, I think I took one of the tops pattern I have and try to, you know, divide into those pieces. I try to make, you know, those pieces work together, you know, to give the measurements I need. Then I sewn a try-on thing, and then I understood that I was going too quickly, trying to minimize on top, so it was like hitting inside of me because it was more difficult to measure upper bust area or whatever. So then I fixed the pattern and I sewn this, and I think it looks really nicely, and I really want to sew something similar as to Matoshi dresses or whatever. From the corset top, I inserted in each channel, added those like I know ziplocks or how they're called. I don't found any a professional boning material. It was just really long zip ties. I cut it and I the fire rounded up a little bit edges so it wouldn't be as pointy, and it holds perfectly. I don't need any bra. At first I was scared that I will need, you know, those sleeves to hold it, I will not lose it, or, you know, hide the bra straps, but no bra needed. Actually I would actually I would also be able to wear it without the straps, but I felt like for my body shaping I needed something on top, so I added this. And I think this is really fancy construction for the fabric which is not as fancy. I really want to sew this, or either for when my friends are I really want to sew this with, I don't know, organza or those tulle fabrics, so one layer. It, for example, like Starry Night, like black, not black, but navy blue with, I don't know, silver dots fabric, sheer fabric, and next layer is dark blue, you know, just give this shiftness, whatever, and make, you know, corset maybe and a skirt, so I could wear it one or another, or both of them as a dress. I really want to make this happen, but I don't see the occasions I can wear it. And one of the occasions would be if my friends would get married, and my friend postponed her wedding, and I was planning to sew this as a dress, or mix and match, two-piece for her wedding that she is postponing due to financial reasons, and yeah, maybe one day I will have an occasion to wear something like this, and I can sew myself like Matoshi style dress. They are amazing and I really want to. And yes, this is like my try-on piece. Works really well. And no, lacy back looks like this. From Amazon I got some holes. I managed to make them, and then I understood that I made them too close to each other. They don't need to be as close to each other, I think it's every 2 centimeters, so I lace it up every second one, which I think it's quite good. And yeah, it fits really well. But it takes a long time to put it on and off, to say the truth. I think because these straps are not as slick, and I need mirror and sometimes help to get it on and off. And in between the top and the skirt I was knitting, and I knitted this tee. I designed it myself. I called it Oriana tee. I really love wearing this on my holidays. In summertime it is easy. It is knitted with YarnArt summer yarn. It is mercerized cotton, the cotton which shouldn't grow as much, 70% and 30% viscose. So viscose has, I think, that shiny thing, that shinier thread, and I felt like it was good. I think I machine washed this. I tried quite a lot of bindings at this one, because I done some I-color binding for the neckline. I just folded down on the bottom, and I tried those peplum, more fun lacy, thing for the sleeves. The idea was to do something similar for the bottom too, but then I decided maybe this is too much and just keep this way. It is really nice to wear. I'm quite proud of my design and my construction. I even tried to write a pattern, but I stopped at some point because it has a lot of shaping, because I wanted to be as flexible as possible, you know, to fit body as well as possible. So it has increases. I think it is called continuous increases. Then at first you do like a little bit like a saddle shoulder, then you increase for the sleeves, and then, you know, add a little bit on the bottom to mimic sewn in or set in sleeve shaping. And then I also added, you know, bust shaping, waist shaping, so it has a lot of the idea is if I will ever write a pattern to make, you know, that people would select their, you know, bust size, waist size, you know, and hip size, and then they can, you know, even if they are different sizes, they can, you know, start, you know, with this, then decrease, you know, in correct rate to reach their waist measurement, and then, you know, maybe increase. Also adding a little bit, you know, positive ease. So that would be my dream. But for now it is just a top which perfectly fits me, and I was really happy and excited to wear it in summertime. Moving on, I think the next thing was that I made this little teddy bear. It is crochet Amigurumi, the only crochet item I have to show. And I made it it was my travel project while we were going in Rhodes Island in Greece. And I think it turned out quite nice. Yeah, it's, I don't know, maybe third amigurumi or fourth amigurumi in my life, and it is after, you know, 10 years break. So it was challenging and nice and fun. And then I made the second mini amigurumi, but I already gifted it, so nothing to show here. So then I saw this dress. This is the first dress ever I saw by the pattern. It is New Looks N6594. I felt like this is a really amazing pattern and gives me a little bit retro vibes. I bought the pattern when I was on the work trip for 2 weeks in UK. I bought this fabric too there. It is, I think, Viscose linen blend. I don't remember it correctly now with the percentages because I never get a label, and I of course forgot it maybe 3 days after I bought this. But it is linen and viscose blend, and it is really nice. It was when we traveled, I wore it in Italy, and it felt so beautiful and nice in it and flowy. I think this pattern doesn't have pockets, but of course I added some pockets. They are amazing. I really loved wearing this. It felt so nice and so breezy, and it gives all the best vibes. I really love wearing dresses. And knitting dresses would take a long time, and I think like sewing really fills up this part. Of course, I think I will knit myself a few dresses, especially winter dresses, you know, like warm things. But for the summertime it was so nice, yes. And I didn't bought dress for a long time, and I said this was my first dress I sewn from the pattern, because I think this is my only second dress. And the first dress I sew was quite an improvisation, because why not take a challenge? Why not challenge yourself and sometimes fail, sometimes win, and sometimes cry in the middle. But yeah, it was successful. And adding to this, from the same fabric, I also made myself a scrunchie. I think this scrunchie is better than the first one I made last year, or second at all. But yeah, it was very nice. The next thing I was knitting on was this cardigan. It is my design. I decided to call it Adya cardigan. Maybe one day I will write a pattern for it, maybe not, I don't know. But I think I will need to re-knit this, because I feel like neckline is too wide, too open, so I feel like it feels quite awkward with way too many tops, and I wanted this, you know, to be like black cardigan which goes with everything. I feel like it's a bit short, sleeves a bit short, and of course I could prolong, but then it is top down. I would need to, I cannot minimize the neckline that easily. So I decided to reknit this, giving myself more space and maybe trying new techniques. It has a double knitted button band, which I like, and I'm totally gonna do it again. But yeah, overall this is flop, but I'm planning to reknit it so nothing goes to waste. Yeah, and maybe it will be one of the first things I will knit next year. So reknit. Oh, and I think the sweater was also the first time I ever tried this tubular bind off, so in some cases it was imperfect, but I decided in the black sweater it's not as seen, not that obvious if you make mistakes, and the black hides everything. So I just decided to try it on. I used Drops Cotton Merino, 50% merino wool, 50% cotton, and I quite enjoy the touch and feel of this, the fabric it gives. I got faulty batch, and when I washed it really shed a lot of color, so maybe it wasn't, dyed properly or whatever. And faulty batch meant that money was returned to me because I bought this yarn in that batch which was wrong, so it's just like free cardigan for me. But yeah, this was quite disappointing when it didn't turn out as I expected. I was expecting it to become the one of the most worn things ever. I will wear it with my dark blue dresses in this transitional weather to make them more warmer and still prolong some clothing periods, and I don't have any cardigans at this moment. So I thought, this is, the hole in my wardrobe, and it will be perfect thing to have and wear. And then it didn't turn out as much as good as I was expecting, and then I just shit. And it gave me a scare that I cannot design, good things, creative clothes I love to wear. So this is why I'm planning to reknit it, because just to show maybe myself that I can do it, I can do it better. And it's not total flop, it's still nice cardigan, it's just not as good as it could be, and I know that I can make it better, so I'm gonna to make it again, make it better. Moving forward is this adorable dress I made, and this is I used again the pattern, at least for the bodice, and it is from Rosary Apparel. I printed out her free pattern. I think it was under the video, the links or whatever. I will link it to her website or to the video. It was about sewing the perfect dress, and I think later on she made full range scale in sizes Rosa dress based on that pattern. But yeah, I modified things. So I modified this again, but the bodice part is from, yes, Janelle's, Rosary Apparel's thing. I changed the skirt to be 270-degree skirt, because I was a little bit afraid of full circle skirt to be too flashy, too flowy, but I still like my swoosh in my skirts. So I made, so I cut it in almost 3/4 circle skirt. I of course added some pockets. I love pockets, and I prolonged the sleeves. I used this fabric I bought. It is flannel fabric, so it's not supposed to be a thing in the dress. But I thought, I live in Norway, the spring is quite cold, and I thought, warmer a bit, flannel feels for me a bit warmer material. It would be perfect for the springtime when you already want to wear something, more springish, more summery things, but it's still cold, so you cannot fully go with short dresses, like this one. So I decided to have, a long sleeve, the flannel dress. And flannel material choked my sewing machine. I had to clean every, 15 minutes, especially when I zigzagged the edges, because it was shedding, those particles that much, and the sewing machine needed to be cleaned. But it survived, it's still working, and I really enjoy this dress, and I cannot wait to wear it. I even wanted to wear it today, but I thought that it just doesn't match Christmas earrings and red lips. This is the last item I made for myself in 2023. This is Winter Wave Sweater by Nadine Joerg Fauvel. When I saw her sample, the like white fluffy goddess, and I really wanted it, and I made one. It took more than a year after I saw it, I think, but I made it. So yeah, I modified it quite a lot. For example, the pattern required to hold 3 strands of yarn, 1 fingering and 2 lace weight, and I hold just 2 strands, 1 fingering and 1 lace weight, so I went down to needle size. Required was 5mm, I knitted with 4mm, which gave me different gauge. Mine was around 20 stitches, patterns is 16 stitches in 10 centimeters, so I selected sizing, of course, accordingly, knowing that I will need more stitches. And yeah, then I also created some body shaping, which I like to add, and I think that it fits me quite nicely. I'm quite a little bit unsure about the sleeves, but I think with wear they can maybe this fabric can open up and maybe they will look nicer, and overall I couldn't be happier about it. And the yarn I used is Viking Alpaca Fine as a main strand, and Dale Tynn Kidsilk Erle as mohair strand. They are not scratchy, at least not scratchy for me to be really annoyed. I'm really sensitive for scratchiness for my forehead. I was not able to wear woolen hats for a long time. They always were itchy, and I know in 3 minutes I have to take them off. But this yarn is, I know, feels good. I was wearing it yesterday for some time and I don't feel any scratchiness. And what I forgot to say, Icelandic sweater is from the rustic yarn. Léttlopi is quite rustic and quite scratchy. At least drops Cotton Merino is no scratchy. This has no scratchiness. This maybe a bit, I don't know, but as I said, maybe I am unsure if I am sensitive or not. Maybe I'm not that sensitive to the wool. My mom and brother are allergic to the lanolin, I think, to the wools. So for me this sweater is quite nice and comfortable, not scratchy. But this Icelandic sweater is a bit scratchy, a bit more rustic. But what I heard that with wear, with washing, maybe I don't recommend, I never tried, but washing maybe sweater with some conditioner can help it out, to soften it. And when you wear it, it gets some oils from your body and it softens up, because the wool is from the sheep, it has to get some things. It cannot be it needs, in a way, it needs to be healthy wool to get some oils from the skin from others, but the wear that it minimizes. And I think first times when I wear that sweater it was more scratchy, and nowadays I still notice it a bit, but not too much. It's not that I cannot wear it, and I wear it for the whole day, and I usually wear it with the short sleeves and quite open neckline, and that sweater goes quite up, my Icelandic sweater, and I don't feel bad, or I don't feel like I need to take the sweater off. But yeah, this is the personal thing. For some people it can be the scratchiest sweater ever and they cannot wear it. For me, the Léttlopi is good yarn. Yeah, it's a bit scratchy maybe at first, but not that I was unable to wear it. And as I said, with wears past, it feels like it is better and better for wear. So let's dig into my gift pile. The first thing I done in 2023 regarding gift knitting or smaller knitting was I was trying to use up this yarn I got, Woolevo Baby Merino, a cinnamon color. So I knitted like a small set of the things. I was, after knitting this one, even if I bought as a kit with, you know, selecting the size, selecting how many balls you need, you know, from that size range, because I'm getting pattern too. And I was still left maybe 2 or 3, I think it was around 3 balls still left. So I have enough to play with and made some accessories, and I think those accessories are amazing and beautiful. But I decided to give it to my friends, you know, to share the love, and, you know, yeah, I gave it as a set, because I think, you know, having matching things is beautiful. So the set is Frida Headband by Emily Lewis, I think. Yes, Emily Lewis, and I think it's beautiful. It's free pattern, and it has, you know, this beautiful knot and just double knitted. Otherwise, it is quite, I don't know, maybe nobody will. I think that it's nice and it's good for transitional weather or whatever, and I think all this set is for that weather, which is also good. Another thing in the set is these penny gloves. Okay, it is Petite knit pattern penny gloves, or it was inspired. Oh, I need to fix this before giving as a gift. I didn't notice it. But it was inspired by penny gloves, but I just knitted something similar. Actually, yeah, I didn't bought that pattern, you know, you can shame me that I don't buy patterns or whatever, but I don't know, just for myself. I really like to improvise and do things on my own. So if it is, you know, buy pattern that I can knit something similar, I'm pretty happy about it. If you need a pattern, there is Petite Knit's penny gloves. You can, you know, get almost exactly the same look. Maybe hers is longer, I'm unsure. But yeah, I quite like them. I think they're good. For me it was that I don't need to get a gauge, you know, recommended or whatever to have it in a right stitch count. I just started knitting and then I noticed that it is a bit too loose because maybe I overestimated it or whatever. Then I reduced by those stitches and get it on again. And I got these gloves too. And the last one was in this set, which I'm giving to one of my friends, is this Sophie scarf. Inspired by Sophie scarf, but if you want something similar, you can buy Petite knit Sophie scarf, and, you know, just for, oh, I hope I didn't touch my lips. Yeah, it's really, I felt like this scarf would be really nice, especially with my winter jacket, when I have just really, I have some air. It is not, you know, fully snugging in, but it is, you know, quite nice winter jacket. So, you know, just for that small space to fill up, this kind of scarf would be perfect. But then, again, as I said, I decided to give it as a gift and maybe to knit myself something from more exciting colors, or, you know, more fancy yarn in the future if I have leftovers or whatever. I don't know. I just thought that once my friend mentioned that she likes, you know, brown color, you know, and looking good and whatever, and I think it would be looking nice on her. And yeah, in a way, sometimes as I decided to, I can see myself wearing these items. Maybe penny gloves. There is really short a season where it is like transferring, it's just almost really cold almost all the time, and I don't almost have time to wear things like that. But other two would be nice, but at the same time, I'll knit myself something in the future. At least I think I'm thinking about headband, making myself in more exciting sky blue color, the yarn I have. But then I think that I need hat more, so maybe I should knit a hat. But then again, what if it is scratchy? What should I do? So yeah, these are my, I don't know, contemplations, and sometimes why I didn't knit it this year. Then another thing to finish this off was this baby bonnet. When I knitted it, it didn't have any recipient in mind. I just wanted to use up this yarn, and I noticed that it is enough for Wee Mori by what? By Kelly van Niekerk. And this is Wee Mori by Kelly van Niekerk. And she has exactly, I think, same pattern, but in more sizes in paid version, and newborn size was for free, so I knitted maybe a bit bigger than newborn because I was scary that it won't fit, so maybe, you know, a few stitches extra, and maybe I knitted this one, you know, deeper a bit. But yeah, this is a baby bonnet, And recently, two of my cousins said that they are pregnant. Okay, well, my cousin said that she's pregnant, and my cousin said that his girlfriend is pregnant. So yeah, I'm giving this one and thinking that maybe I will need to knit more baby stuff for them. For example, for their first baby Christmas, I think one of the babies should be around 9 months old and another one should be 6 months old in the next Christmas time. So I'm thinking maybe knitting them like Christmas sweaters. When I was looking, I am really inspired by to buy the pattern by knitting for Olive. They have this bird sweater for kids and I think it's so awesome. And my cousin's husband had a sweater with teddy bear and he was wearing it for the last, I think, 2 Christmas. We celebrated Christmas together. And I was thinking that I felt like it could be in their style to, you know, for the kid to have a sweater with, you know, nice blue bird. I think blue-tit bird. So I was thinking maybe I should. Yes, I have now a year if I want to do this. And since both babies are born in summertime, it's in a way giving me more time to give something for them for their winter period. So I have almost a year until they need something for winter. But yeah, so I'm planning to give it to my cousins, at least one of them. If they be able to wear it, it's okay. If not, it's also okay. It was like stash busting project, so if it is useful for their babies, I will be glad that it is useful. If not, you know, it's alright. In between these stash busting projects, I knitted one more garment. So it was this sweater for my boyfriend, fiancé. Actually, we are partners. By Norwegian law, if you live together for 2 years, you already are considered as partners. So I think we could maybe take a paperwork or whatever. I'm even unsure if do we need to do a paperwork or not. But yeah, my partner. So I knitted him a sweater, ignoring, you know, the sweater colors. And I was quite happy how it turned out. It is by Drops Design Aberdeen Sweater. And I knitted it with Drops Big Merino wool, superwash. I decided for him that for myself I don't like superwash that much because I like, or at least I like not superwash more because it doesn't grow as much. And for him I took into consideration the growth, so you know I knitted a little bit smaller, you know, calculating by the afterwash gauge everything. And it turned out quite well. I think sleeves at first was a bit too long, but since they got wider by wear, now he thinks that, you know, they are perfect, so I'm really happy with it. But yeah, it was quite stressful how to manage everything, and recently we had to wash it again. I washed it by hands, showing him how to do it. Because he, of course, puts something on the chest, you know, like a medal. We call it at least in Lithuania. If the kids, you know, put, you know, some sauce on it, and you know, just like your medal thing, and just, no, it's not a medal, stop it. But yeah, so I will not knit this pattern again in a time. I don't think that it was that well written, or it was that well made. I think that it was getting way too, I think I needed to decrease more, because it was getting way too open, almost, you know, falling through the shoulders the first time he tried it, or something like that. I needed to change something around, you know, this area, and I frogged it and knit it again. But he likes the fabric, he likes, he wear it quite a lot, and he, you know, even asked maybe that he wants a second sweater. And I was already planning to knit him probably maybe by the same yarn, you know, Big Merino, because I have big needle size. And for him it's way nicer to knit, you know, long arms, long body. He is slimmer than I think. He is a small, I think. How dare you? How dare you know that disappointment when your boyfriend clothes, you know, fits you and don't look baggy. So that's my problem with him. But yeah, so I'm thinking of knitting a simple sweater for him, navy blue probably yarn, and do the same construction as I did for that sweater, like continuous. just round, simple neckline, you know, simple stockinette stitch. And even I showed him other patterns, other designs, you know, asking what he likes. And for example, when I showed him a cable sweater, oh, it just looks like fisherman sweater, just it is exactly how it is called. And he said, but I don't want, you know, fisherman sweater. And all the sweaters he liked is just simple stockinette stitch, so I'm happy. I can, you know, knit him a sweater, and I need to hide this again. You can see, yeah, he was wearing, as I said, quite a lot. But he likes the fabric, you know, he likes the warmth. It's 100% wool, so I'm happy he's happy, and the next sweater probably will be also a lot of stockinette for him. And yeah, I'm quite excited to knit it for him, to create something for his wardrobe, even if that steals the time for knitting for myself. Then the next thing was that I started knitting a broken rib tank top. I started knitting it maybe for myself, but decided that, oh, I already have one top in the same yarn, same color, and I was using it up. And my mom was always saying that you need to hide shoulders, and I really didn't want tank top that much. So I asked my friends while I was knitting if she wants. She is a similar size, so she tried it on and she liked. And she's a dancer, and she sometimes, you know, like shorter things than I do, you know just like, you know, small tops, you know, maybe high-waisted pants, you know, and dance, create dance videos. So I finished up for her, but I didn't manage to do it while I was still in Lithuania. So now she's getting a summer top for her Christmas gift, but hopefully she will like it, she will enjoy wearing it, and yeah, this I hope reminds her that I love her. I can see that I added some body shaping after the bust, since, you know, if you if you're dancing and moving a lot, you know, so that, you know, it wouldn't go whoop and hide better in more maybe intense movements. Then the next thing was that I knitted quite a lot of hats, and I'm still finishing up one hat, but just crowns left. I should be done maybe by tomorrow even. But yeah, I knitted, actually I'm knitting 5 hats. I already gifted one to my boyfriend, and I was not able to find it today in home. So he hid it somewhere. But yeah, so the idea was to knit hats and give it to them as Christmas gift, because this yarn has reflex thread, so it is, you know, creating more security in the street, you know, to be more visible, and it is warm. It is mussel burr typed hat. I didn't pay for a pattern, I just knitted something similar because yeah, I improvised it. It's just that, you know, style was always mentioned, and when I was thinking, you know, about tube hat, what was on my mind. So increases, I done in this shape. I didn't like those crisscross. They didn't look that nice to me, so I done it more, I know, like sunshine. I see it. Motif. Then I knitted it from 2 balls of Viking Garn Reflex, so the woolen yarn which has reflex thread into it. I think it is sewn in blue more obviously than in grey. I like how hidden the reflex thread is in grey. And then inner layer, as I said, I hate scratchy hats, and I think everyone, and as I said, my brother is allergic to wool. So it is bamboo, Viking Garn bamboo wool. It is 50% bamboo and 50% cotton. So it's really soft and really nice to the touch on the inside, and the outside it's wool reflex thread, so it is warm and, you know, safe and noticeable on the streets in the dark times. So I'm quite excited to give it. So one hat was gifted to my boyfriend. And one hat I'm going to give to my stepfather and my father, and 2 blue hats will go to my brother and his girlfriend. So hopefully they will all enjoy it and feel loved and warm, and will wear it and be grateful. And actually, by knitting quite a lot of grey things, I got tired of grey color, and I don't want to knit anything more with grey. But the last thing I'm gonna show you is this scarf. I knitted it for my boyfriend again. I gifted him grey hat. He has a grey sweater and I have 2 and a bit balls left. So I decided, you know, to start knitting a scarf from the same yarn. I know that he likes, I know it's warm, it is chunky, I can knit it quite quickly. I just cast it on maybe 52 stitches or something like that, I don't remember now. Leaving 3 stitches on both sides to do an I-correct edge, and all other stitches are for brioche stitch. This was the first time knitting in brioche and I really loved it. I think that it looks beautiful, and I want to knit myself a brioche sweater. Yeah, I knitted it as long, I think, as he wanted it quite wide but quite short. But after wash, I think this scarf grew. But the scarf, you know, you can rotate more, and I think it's really warm and really nice and really keeping you toasty in these freezing temperatures. So he wear it with joy, at least I think so. So that's it, what I made this year. I'm really excited to give some gifts and to share the love I have for people, and I'm really happy with my new wardrobe items. I can see a lot of staples, a lot of good things. As I said, I will fix this one, and even if there are some sewn objects I see now that are not fully perfect, or I'm not seeing myself wearing every single day, I can still see myself wearing it, you know, and enjoying it, and, you know, taking some things as learning objects, because creating is not just about, you know, the value, the item you get, it's also about the process, learning things, and just enjoying the life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe I inspired you to create your own clothes. Maybe you just here, I don't know, to see what others do. And I'm really happy that you watched until then, and see you next time. Bye!